there's going to be a few things that are going to be coming out in regards to Meghan Markle. I know that you've come up to my channel and said, did you hear this? Did you hear that? That Harry looked miserable. That they were in Jamaica since Monday or Sunday. That Meghan has been in the past for a week partying by herself. The China connection, Jamaica, how Harry's giving the finger to everybody. It gets worse than this, guys. It really is that bad because all knives are out. Because if Meghan can't be Queen of England, she's trying to make sure she destroys it so nobody else can, along with Harry. People think Harry's stupid and he's not aware of what he's doing. Harry knows what he's doing. Whether he's smart about it and he's going to get the result he wants, that's a completely different story. But when I say he knows what he's doing, is that he sets out to do these things. Whether they're smart or not, that's, as I said, it's a different story. But he and Meghan set out to do all these things out of spite. So let's get into this video, beautiful people. Yes, guys, I did read the Hill article. Samantha Markle sent it to me. Thanks, Sam. And there's quite a few things that are wrong in that article. They keep blaming the Russians and other people when it's actually Harry and Meghan Markle who have initiated hatred towards the monarchy. And they always find idiots who are willing to go along with all of their plans. And once these people go along with their plans, they're all in the pot together. They can't turn on each other because then Meghan points the finger, oh, but you did this, you were okay with that, you did this, you did that. Once they collaborate, once they become accomplices, game over. Because they know that the repercussions are going to be as harsh for them as they are for Harry and Meghan. Now, the palace is fully aware of Prince Harry. Many of you told me that Jamaica invited Harry because he's still a British member of the royal family. There are plenty other members of the royal family that they could have invited, but they didn't, did they? They didn't. And they say it's because Meghan is biracial. Meghan is mixed race. She's not biracial. She has 2 or 3 different mix in her blood. She is a mixed race white woman. She's mixed race, but she's white. She is not flying the flag for biracial or for black freedom. This is a woman who has openly claimed she doesn't identify with the black community. She never was treated as black. Her mother saw her being so white and being white culture that Doria didn't see the need to have the talk with Meghan Markle. That's how white Meghan is. So I am going to disagree with the people who are saying that it is because Meghan is biracial. The fact of the matter is that Harry gets invited to these things because he's still heavily featured in the British monarchy's website for working royals. And also, he's being said that he's honoring his duty to king, country, and commonwealth. I mean, is there anything else that needs to be explained? Yes, Meghan Markle tagged along because it was an opportunity for her to stick it up to everybody else, use a title, and, you know, be in the middle of everything. It was time for her, it was an opportunity for her to build her resume, to fill it up with more useless, false things. So yeah, we have the prime minister getting pictures of it, and we have the minister of cooperation, or whatever you want to call it, this lady getting pictures with Harry. Harry sets out to do these things on purpose to spite his family, because the Queen created the Queen's Commonwealth Trust and placed them as president and vice president. The Queen was the founder of the Commonwealth to create and foster inclusivity, enhance and foster better relations among the voluntary members. And people are saying that Harry and Meghan were a perfect fit. And I'm going to ask you, how? How? If anything, to me, this was an exercise in rehabilitating Harry and Meghan's image, because they knew how rotten they were. The royal family has known what a racist, biased man Harry is. They knew that Meghan was a bully. They knew that Meghan was abusive. They knew that Meghan was a liar. And what do? They make him president and vice president of the Queen's Commonwealth Trust. This was the Queen's Commonwealth Trust was created in April 2018, a month prior to Harry and Meghan getting married. And this was created, urged by, in the Queen's name, by the then Prince Charles. There's no such thing as coincidences, people. Now, let me read you something here, because it's very important that you know this. China extends reach in the Caribbean, unsettling the US. The region has strategic importance as a hub for logistics, banking, and commerce. It is also very close to the United States. China has offered Jamaica loans and expertise to build miles of new highways. Throughout the Caribbean, it has donated security equipment to military and police forces. So basically, China is spying on Jamaica's military. That's what it is. And built a network of Chinese cultural centers. That's spy offices. And it has dispatched large shipments of test kits, masks, and ventilators to help governments respond to the pandemic. The initiatives are part of a quiet but assertive push by China in recent years to expand its footprint and influence in the region through government grants and loans, investments by Chinese companies, and diplomatic, cultural, and security efforts. While governments in the region have welcomed Beijing's interest, the Trump administration has viewed China's growing presence and its potential to challenge Washington's influence in the region with concern and suspicion. So Trump was unto China. Trump was against China extending their reach in the Caribbean. And guess who's been vilified? And guess who's very buddies? And I don't mean to get political, but these are proven things. Biden has very deep ties to China. And they're vilifying Trump for exposing these ties. China, Ukraine. We have Harry and Meghan who's pro-Biden, kissing everybody's ass. We have Nancy Pelosi, who's also very buddies with Meghan, who's very buddy with Hillary Clinton. Suddenly we see Meghan, because Meghan is a pawn. She's been used to foster ideas into this idiot, and he feels backed, because even now the Heritage Foundation, we haven't heard anything from that, have we? Because the Biden administration is there. There is so much corruption. Now, what I'm going to say to you is the following. If Harry poses such a threat, why was the removal of title bill killed in Parliament back in March 2023, when Meghan got the prince and princess titles for her two invisible children? Why was that removal of titles bill killed? And what is worse, they didn't disclose that the bill was killed on March 2023. They had to publish it at the November 3rd, 2023, because they had no option. They had to make it public that the bill had been canceled. It was no longer moving forward, because they were about to do the second reading. And since the second reading was not going to happen, now we have Parliament. I've shown you, please, if you want, you need to. I will leave the link on both bills in the video description for you to see why Parliament rejected the petition, the parliamentary petition to have Harry's titles removed. I've spoken so many times about this. They refused. They rejected the petition because it was about royal titles. And they say that in writing. And not only that, they go further and say that all matters for royal titles are up to the Majesty, Her Majesty. Well, it was the Queen at the time. Basically, all royal titles, removal, granting, revoking, are up to the monarch. But yet, we still get royal reporters claiming to be royal reporters who still say that Parliament has to do that. In that article, the Hill article that everybody's doing videos about, they go and say it takes an act of Parliament when Parliament in writing, and this is the thing that really bothers me, and this is what gets me riled. I don't know everything. I don't know anything. But I read. I go to the fountain. I go to where the news are. I go to where the people who give me the answers. And I go by that. Harry is still Counselor of State, because I've gotten a reply from UK Parliament last Wednesday saying that Anne and Edward do not replace neither Harry or Andrew, that they're simply there to assist the current Councillors of State. And then UK Parliament, in their response, refer me to the royal website to check who the current Councillors of State are. So Harry is a Councillor of State right now, along with Andrew. He's a working royal. He's in the royal website. He's going to Jamaica. And we know that Meghan and Harry are pro-Biden, are absolutely, or I don't know if they're pro-Biden or anything, but they're absolutely pro-money. And if they believe that because Biden is backing them to hide Harry's probably breaking the law in a federal level, then they're going to help him out. We have to see it. And this is not me being political, but Harry and Meghan have hung their hat on the Biden administration, and the Biden administration is helping them out. Meghan Markle did the voiceover for Kamala Harris. And people who don't want to see that, this is not pro-Trump or against Biden. These are facts. There is China. I mean, Biden, while being a senator, not even a president or vice president, he took confidential documents which Trump was persecuted for. While being president, he had every right to disclassify. And they did a little detour in China, and he had him not in a secure area, as is required by law, but in his garage. And those documents that were highly confidential were going around all over Chinatown. Nancy Pelosi visiting China, Biden visiting China, Ukraine. And here we have Harry, Meghan doing a video call conference in 2000, I believe in 2004, when she said that she was working for the Hillary Clinton campaign. Things are more nefarious than what they believe. And you know what really worries me? Because you guys know I used to work in diplomacy. I have reached out to a lot of people that I used to work with that are still currently working. And working in that environment, I know that what I'm about to say has far more serious consequences than what people believe. And what is really terrible is that it's being hidden in plain sight. Okay? This is like having a children's choir sing a song about praising Jeffrey Dahmer, because it's a children's choir, church choir, beautiful kids with beautiful voices singing that horrible song. You feel conflicted and you feel scared to speak out, because you were worried that if you speak out, people are going to believe that you're speaking out against the children, when in fact you want to speak out about these children being used to convey a message, a very bad message. So please listen to this, and I am not going to say anything. I'm just going to leave it out here because everybody's outraged. Everybody's throwing the blame on Parliament, and Parliament is keeping mum because they know they can always wash their hands off and say, we've said it all along that we can't do anything about removing the royal titles, because it is true. It is true. It is true, guys. It's there in writing in their website. If you don't want to read it, that's up to you. But Angela Levin, everybody, and even this Hill article saying, oh, it takes an act of Parliament. Parliament has already answered. The people don't want to read it. That's their problem. And I agree with them. You know? So why is King Charles not doing something about it? Is it because Harry and Meghan are there to do on his behalf in many ways? We have to ask these questions because it makes absolutely zero sense. This has gone beyond his family squabble now, because this is the monarchy, and indeed Harry and Meghan's behavior is creating a lot of diplomatic problems. Because if Trump wins the election, he's going to look into China, he's going to look into Jamaica, and he's going to look into the United Kingdom, who didn't back him. We have seen the beautiful Princess Catherine shunning Melania, no, not Melania, what's it? Not Melania. Was it Melania Trump? Please remember Trump's wife. You see, I'm not even, I can't really remember his wife's name. But she had a program for children, small young children that were being bullied. And Catherine refused to meet with her and Catherine had a program of early years. Instead, she went out of her way to welcome Jill Biden, get a picture with Jill Biden. And I wonder at, excuse me, at whose instructions? Because Charles is very political. Excuse me. Charles is very political. And you know what happens a lot of time in court? When they see that that a monarch is on his or her way out, they all latch on to the next one coming up. And in this case, the entire court was pleasing Charles. And they saw the frail queen who was dying as, okay, we're going to keep her pleased. We're not going to give her that much information, and we're going to do what Charles wants us to do. That's my belief. So I'm going to read you something. Just keep in mind the analogy that I gave you of a children's church choir with beautiful voices singing a song praising the likes, let's say, of the Holocaust. Yeah. Or Jeffrey Dahmer, or the guys who do mass shootings at church, or the killer of Uvalde, praising the killer of Uvalde, those beautiful children. And it really breaks my heart when I say this. Prince William makes unprecedented move in country where King Charles won't set foot. Prince William has made an unprecedented move by selecting China as the destination for his Earthshot Prize in 2024. China is the biggest polluter, one, if not first or second place, on planet Earth. Yet Earthshot Prize is going there. And I know what you're going to say. Oh, this is to foster good relations, to see if they're going to change their minds. Are you seriously? If you're intelligent people, going to sit there, type a comment saying that China, that having the Earthshot Prize is going to change China's pollution? China is one of the biggest producer of lithium, lithium is found in every little battery. Everything that's electrical and has a battery has lithium. And lithium is one of the biggest pollutants on planet Earth. They pretty much own the United States. The United Kingdom is indebted up to nowhere. Instead of Prince William choosing a Commonwealth country or any other country that is actually doing good for the environment as rewarding it, where does he go? To China. There's a common theme here going through the entire monarchy and US. China. Should we be worried, beautiful people? Should we be worried? It makes me so sad. And Meghan has she's got the front seat watching all of this and recording everything. She's recording that idiot, Sourpuss in Jamaica. She's recording Harry at the house. She's recorded things at the castle. She's recording everything. And even if Harry's angry, like, because people say, oh, Harry had a scowl. He's there. He's proudly walking that skanky bitch everywhere. And yes, Meghan will show the recordings very soon when it's at her biggest advantage. And do you think she's gonna care that the royal family's gonna sue her? No, because she's gonna sneak them out with all her friends. Once something goes out online, the internet is forever. They've done a very great job of cleaning Meghan Markle's image and Harry's image. Like the Queen, when the Queen's Commonwealth Trust was created by Prince Charles to put Harry and Meghan as the head of that trust, was in order to rehabilitate, because make no mistake that by April 2018, everybody knew, the entire family knew, that Meghan Markle was a liar, a grifter, a bully, and abusive. Not only to the staff, but even to some other members of the royal family and her family on both sides. Yet they kept rewarding them. And this woman, this skanky woman, is going to show all those videos, and there's nothing the royal family will be able to do. And Meghan Markle knows it.